Hello, so a bit of a war relic to show you today. I believe this to be a Japanese Type 95 gas mask, although it is in very bad condition. So the bit that's in good condition relatively is the hose and the filter. So I'll show you the bottom of the filter because there's some interesting characters on there. So if I can get that round the right way, there we go. The filter has that on it. Now I don't know, do the Japanese read from right to left? Because if they do, the numbers actually look like they'd make more sense. But there you go, that's the filter. So I don't think that 0.81 there is the year of manufacture at all. But there you go, you can see there's the sort of Japanese characters on it there. Top of the filter is quite plain, but as you can see this is the old box respirator style filter. So the hose is attached to the actual filter via a screw there, a bit similar to how the British GSRs from World War II did it. Okay, now let's look at the mask itself, if I can show it you without breaking it. So the interesting thing is the actual exhale valve is under a metal cover, and that is actually on the back of the hose, which is a weird place to put it, but that's how they did it. So what I'm going to have to probably do is just rotate the entire mask around like this. So this is the most you can see of the face piece. As you can see, it's very mummified. Unfortunately, even since I got this, some more of the rips have developed in it where, you know, it's just impossible to kind of keep it steady. So that's your air intake obviously going into the mask. You can see that the inside of the mask is a rubbery material that's coated in fabric. Again, this is kind of like what the German GM30 was like and the GM54, hence why lots of those are in very bad condition because they don't age well. They're not like a solid piece of rubber. If you look at the Japanese masks from World War II that were made entirely of rubber, I think some of the Japanese Navy ones were, you'll see generally more collectors have them in good condition. So there's the eyepieces. They've kind of got this bezel going around the outside of them. Big circular eyepieces. You've got a 6-point head harness. Is this on here? Yeah, it looks like a 6-point head harness, so that's pretty competent for the time the mask was made. Again, I want to be really careful because obviously putting too much weight up on this bit is going to completely cause I think the mask to snap off of its hose connector. I don't know if there's any good way of rehydrating masks like this to the point where they're not going to fall apart, but as you can see, this is pretty much all you're going to see of this mask. I'm pretty sure it's a Type 95. A lot of the pictures I've seen of Type 95s, they seem to have a bit of a nose there, but I'm assuming on this one the nose is kind of that flattish bit there where over time it's just kind of deformed into the mask. But yeah, it's an interesting looking mask. Obviously historically kind of interesting because Japan actually used gas as a weapon in World War II. So they'd obviously had developed masks. They must have, I guess, spent more time developing masks than some other nations did. But the weird thing is, if you look at the quality of the masks, it seems the Japanese Navy masks were certainly better than the military ones. But for a World War II mask, some elements of this do look quite advanced. You know, like the exhale valve's in an interesting place. The eyepieces look quite well designed. The head harness actually specifically looks quite good. But as I said, the more I hold this, the more it seems to be crumbling. So I'm going to have to probably just put this in its bag and put it away somewhere. But weirdly, as I said, the hose and the filter seems to have survived far better than the actual mask itself has. So there's that. Now what I might quickly try to do, if it works, no, it's going to be too rusted and hard to do, is take that cover off and show you the exhale valve. But the exhale valve is under that cover, not that I'd expect it to be in working condition. But you can probably keep hearing that sort of cracking noise. You can see a bit of the inside of the mask there. That's the mask's material. As I said, sort of if you look at the mask there, you can see it's all totally falling apart. I didn't pay very much for this at all. I think it was like £13 or something. I was the only one who bid on it on eBay. Obviously I wouldn't pay much for masks in this condition, but I thought, hey, a Japanese mask from World War II potentially. That's interesting. It's certainly interesting, if anything, just for the filter and the hose, which are in good condition. So, if anybody seriously knows how to sort of stop this falling apart further, sort of a rehydration method, let me know. I'd be very sceptical because it's got the canvas type material or stockinette, whatever it is, of actually just simply putting a load of rubber lubricant on it. I think that might do more damage. You can see actually there now that the strap is splitting on the top, so I don't know really the best way of holding this at all, because it seems to be crumbling no matter how I hold it to try and present it. I mean, maybe laying it flat on the table would be a better idea, but whatever. Anyway, you've seen the mask now, Japanese Type 95 as far as I believe. So what I'm going to do now is put the mask back away in a bag and find somewhere to store it. But there you go, Japanese Type 95 sort of service mask, respirator.